Okay, I'm going to talk to you today about converging lenses. So, what a converging lens is a lens which converges light. What converge means is bring together, okay? So, every lens has something called an axis, this imaginary line that runs through the middle. Now, along this axis somewhere, we have a focal point. Now, different lenses have different focal points that are different distances from the lens. The stronger the converging of the lens, the closer the focal point is to the lens. So, what we can see is light is going to shine in from this way, then it's going to be refracted by the lens. Where all of these rays of light converge, so that means come together, is on our focal point. So I'm just going to draw a few lines to show this. Okay. Right, now I haven't done it perfectly, but you can see that as these rays come in, they're refracted by the lens and they come together. The shape of this lens is called convex. So we can call this a convex lens or a converging lens. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you how to use a converging lens to draw a ray diagram of a particular image. So let's imagine here is my lens, and let's just draw the axis on there. I'm also going to draw the midpoint of the lens through the middle, these kind of imaginary lines. And I'm also going to imagine the focal point for this lens is here. Okay, so that's my focal point. Okay, now here is the image that I'm wanting to draw a ray diagram of through the lens. So how do I do this? What I do is I take, first of all, the top part of the image and I draw a line parallel to the axis, just like this. If you were to do this, you'd use a ruler, but I'm just doing it freehand for now. I'm also going to draw a line on this diagram to show that's the way the light's coming from, okay? Now, when it gets to the midpoint of this lens, it's refracted and it's going to go through the focal point, okay? As straight as you can. So, again, little arrow to show the direction of the travel of the light. Now, what I do next is I take, also from the same point, from the top of the image, but I'm going to draw a line straight through the center point of the lens. Because if this light travels straight through that central point right there, it does not change direction. So, what I can see here is both of these rays meet just here. This is where the top of my image is going to be, just here. Now, whenever the bottom of the image is on the axis, it means the bottom of the image through the lens is also on the axis. So that's how I've done it. So key bits of information to remember are converging lenses cause light to converge, to join in a particular focal point. Also need to remember when we're drawing an image, a ray diagram of an image through a lens, always start with the top of the lens, parallel line drawn into the axis, then a line going through the focal point, then the second line goes from the top of the image right through the central part of the lens, and that's where the top of the image is. Thank you.